Greetings, this is Dr. Neil Davies speaking for Chiro Kids Online. This topic today is a short topic on the history of the neuroimpulse protocol and how it is positioned in the chiropractic profession as it stands today. At this time in the history of chiropractic, I can offer no finer summary of our predicament and its solution than that offered by none other than Abraham Lincoln, in my estimation one of the greatest men of modern history. Under siege, as we are, facing problems on every side, the Civil War raging, and being in continual conflict with the timid and defensive General McClellan, the man he appointed as commander of the North's Army, here is what the great man said in his State of the Union address, delivered in December 1861. "We can succeed only by concert. It is not can any of us imagine better, but can we all do better? Object whatsoever is possible. Still the question recurs, can we do better? The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. We must disenthrall ourselves, and then we shall save our country. My dear friends, we must rise to meet the challenge being meted out by those who would consider themselves to be our enemy. Chiropractic has always been about the nervous system. In the early part of the 20th century, we see such publications as the Subluxation Specific, the Adjustment Specific by B.J. Palmer, published in 1934, making statements to the effect that the subluxation is not a subluxation at all, unless interference with nerve transmission is demonstrated. That comment can be seen on page 115 of Dr. Palmer's book. In subsequent years, attempts were made to measure with greater and greater specificity and accuracy this interference with nerve transmission until the death of B.J. Palmer in 1961. Following his death, chiropractic took a very wrong turn and headed down the joint fixation model pathway to the exclusion of attempts to measure neurological aberration, until finally chiropractic colleges started coming out with statements that the neuro should be taken out of neuromusculoskeletal, and at least one university teaching chiropractic refused to adopt any model for subluxation to guide their teaching. Fortuitously, in the 1990s and on into the new century, brain research began to increase exponentially, and neuroscience branched out bravely into the study of neuroplasticity. In 1993, a Japanese neurologist by the name of Shimizu, with his associate Shimada, published research on a new reflex that demonstrated compressive pathology at the brainstem and upper medulla. With this reflex was trialled against three-dimensional biomechanical dysfunction and other somatic findings that had been consistently observed for many years as evidence of upper cervical subluxation. The outcomes were astonishing. The neuroimpulse protocol moved from embryo to neonate. As more and more studies in neuroplasticity have come out, a genuinely neurological model of the subluxation began to emerge from the darkness of what chiropractic had become, a hit-and-miss form of second-rate rehabilitation of joint fixation. The neuroimpulse protocol grew into adolescence through the first 10 years of the new century, and by 2012 it reached adulthood as a sophisticated model of neurological assessment and treatment that stands at the cutting edge of the ever-evolving science of neuroplasticity. Victor Hugo, the French dramatist, novelist and poet, made this profound statement: "There is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come." My friends, the idea, the concepts which have become the sophisticated model of subluxation identification and management known as the neuroimpulse protocol, its time has come. The voice files and some video which will follow as part of the content of the Neuroimpulse Academy will progressively and systematically detail the most recent developments in NIP, and some of these are incredibly exciting and are offering people the opportunity to produce clinical outcomes heretofore unheard of. I look forward to bringing these to you. I'm excited about bringing these to you, and you can look forward to receiving those as part of your membership in the weeks and months that lie ahead. Thank you for being a part of the Neuroimpulse Protocol journey.